Have you ever wondered why someone would fall into the grip of drug addiction? It's a question that often bounces around our minds. Drug addiction, unfortunately, is a global issue, a battle unseen by many. There are common misconceptions floating around about why people stumble into this abyss. Is it just bad decisions, lack of willpower, or is there more to it? It's time we shed some light on this topic. Today, we dive into the 10 reasons why people get addicted to drugs and alcohol. Reason 1, the allure of escape. Life can be hard. We all face stressors, be it work, relationships, or personal struggles. For some, the burden becomes too heavy and they seek a temporary reprieve. That's where drugs and alcohol come in. They promise an enticing escape from the harsh realities of life, a chance to numb the pain, even if just for a little while. It's an illusion, though, a fleeting mirage that vanishes, leaving behind a more profound emptiness. Thus, an escape from reality can be a powerful lure into addiction. Reason 2, the genetic factor. It's no secret that our genes shape us. But did you know they can also influence our susceptibility to substance addiction? Studies show that if you have a family history of drug or alcohol addiction, your own risk increases. This doesn't mean that addiction is inevitable if it's in your family tree, but it does highlight the importance of awareness. Remember, knowledge is power. Genetics can play a significant role, making some individuals more prone to addiction. Reason 3, the influence of peers. It's human nature to want to fit in, and sometimes this can mean succumbing to pressures from friends or acquaintances. This pressure can manifest in several ways, whether it be a casual invitation to a party where substances are freely available, or a more direct encouragement to try something new. Unfortunately, what might start as an experiment can often lead to a habit, and ultimately, an addiction. Peer pressure can be a strong force, leading many down the path of addiction. Reason 4, self-medication. This is a trap that ensnares many into addiction. Picture a world where you're battling constant physical pain or the demons of mental health. For some, drugs seem like a quick fix, a balm to soothe these ailments. But here's the catch. They're not a solution, just a temporary reprieve. The real issue remains unaddressed, silently festering. And with time, the body craves more of this false comfort, leading to dependence. Self-medication can be a slippery slope into dependence and addiction. Reason 5, experimentation. This driving force of human progress can sometimes lead us down a dangerous path. It's natural to be curious, to want to try new things, to push boundaries. But when it comes to substances like drugs and alcohol, this curiosity can quickly turn into a ticking time bomb. Experimentation may start off as harmless, a one-time thing, but it can swiftly evolve into dependency, trapping the experimenter in a cycle of addiction. Remember, experimentation can sometimes lead to unexpected and unwanted consequences. Reason 6, environmental factors. Imagine growing up in a world where drug use is a daily occurrence or suffering a traumatic event that leaves you desperate for an escape. These environmental factors can often be the gateway to drug and alcohol addiction. Such experiences can push individuals towards substances as a means to cope, creating a dangerous cycle. Furthermore, living in a drug-filled environment normalizes substance use, making it seem like a regular part of life. Our environment can shape us in ways we don't always realize. Reason 7, prescription medication misuse. In an ideal world, prescription drugs are a blessing, a tool to combat illness and ease discomfort. However, when misused, they can morph into a curse, a gateway to crippling addiction. Some individuals may start by taking medication for legitimate reasons but end up developing a dependency. Others might misuse them recreationally, unaware of the potent addictive potential. Remember, even medicines prescribed by a trusted doctor can be harmful if not used correctly. Prescription medication misuse can sometimes be the first step on the road to addiction. Reason 8, co-occurring mental health disorders. Mental health disorders can serve as a gateway to addiction. Individuals battling depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, or other mental health issues often seek solace in substances. The temporary relief these substances provide can quickly lead to dependency, as they become a means of self-medication. This vicious cycle makes those with mental health disorders particularly vulnerable to addiction. Remember, the mind is a complex, delicate thing. Mental health disorders and addiction often go hand in hand. Reason 9. Early use. It's a chilling reality that drug use at a tender age dramatically escalates the risk of addiction in the later years. Young minds, still in their formative phase, are more susceptible to the addictive trap of drugs. The early exposure not only alters their brain chemistry but also conditions them to seek solace in substances. It's like setting a dangerous precedent, a pattern that's hard to break. And this is how, tragically, early use of drugs can set the stage for future addiction. And finally, reason 10, the influence of media and culture. We live in an era where media and cultural norms often glorify the use of drugs, creating an atmosphere that can lead to increased risk of addiction. Whether it's through music, movies, or even social media, the portrayal of drug use can create a sense of normality and desirability around it. This subtle influence can alter our perceptions and behaviors, often leading to detrimental effects. Media and culture can subtly influence our perceptions and behaviors, often with detrimental effects. So, there you have it. 10 reasons that people may become addicted to drugs and alcohol. From the unseen battles and the lure of escape to the role of our genes in our environment. We've explored the power of peer pressure, the trap of self-medication, the cycle of experimentation, the danger of prescription medication, the issues of mental health, the impact of early use, and the influence of media and culture. Remember, understanding is the first step to compassion and effective intervention.